Hello, everybody. I thought that as the year of the ox just started, and actually, as you know, this was for last Sunday, but because of the winter storm we had, I couldn't really do much. And pardon my fingernails, but I've been trying to catch up around the house with housework that I wasn't able to do for a week, and I didn't really have time to take care of my fingernails. But it was really, last night was the last night of very under freezing. Hi Jessica, hi Colleen. I mean, when I woke up it was 20 degrees, but today is supposed to get up to 47, and then tomorrow is gonna be in the 50s, and then Tuesday in the 60s. Yay, amazing. Hi Janine, hi Randy. So anyway, what I thought it would be a neat thing, and I'm going to try to do more than one variant, just because you can do this in so many ways. Thank you, Elaine. But the idea is that this year is the year of the metal ox. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Chinese zodiac. There are also 12 signs. All signs are animals. Hi Ramona, hi Ellen, hi Beth, hi Sharon. And there are also 5 elements. So each year will be the animal, and the sign of the zodiac lasts for a whole year. It's not a month like in the European zodiac. But each year there's an animal with one of the elements, and you get the same animal with the same element every 60 years. Hi Kazimi. And the thing is that the ox was supposed to be the first. The legend says that Buddha called these 12 animals, and the rat, but they had to cross a river, and the rat convinced the ox to carry him. But when they got close to the border, the rat jumped and ran, and so he was the first one to reach Buddha. So that's why the rat is the first sign in the Chinese zodiac. But Buddha was so impressed with the friendliness and desire to help of the ox that the ox was the second. Hi Robin, hi Bonnie. So the first one that I'm going to do is going to be, of course, metal imitation, right? So a metal ox. Now what I'm going to use is a kanji. Now kanji are Japanese symbols. They cannot be used as is for writing in Japanese. They have to have some other things around them. But by themselves they represent various things. So in Japanese there is actually 2 kanjis for the ox, one referring to the zodiacal sign of the ox, and the other one referring to the ox itself, to the cattle, because there's no differentiation between male and female. But what I am going to use is not actually, and I can show you the actual sign of the ox as a zodiac symbol. Let me grab the display capture. Okay, so this is the zodiac symbol, this one. But the one we are going to use is going to be this one. And why is that? Because by itself, this symbol also represents health and a little bit of wealth, and but definitely loyalty. So I thought, considering the times we're going through right now, it's a good thing to do something that a little bit of a talisman, or however you want to call it, that would be for health and loyalty, because in times like this is what we want more than anything: health and friends and people to be there for us. So, as I said, I'm going to do, and this is not the only one. You can imagine that the whole week got me all completely messed up in terms of work, because I wasn't able to work. As you can see right here, there's a window, and no matter how much I covered the windows, it was still cold, and my floor was so cold that I had to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes every time I would walk around in the house. And it was also very, very hard to work with clay because it was cold. So anyway, I'm going to make more tutorials using scrap clay, because we are going through all this clay shortage. But the easiest way to do a metal ox talisman would be like this. You can use just plain scrap, aka mud clay, and for beginners. And if you just found my channel and you're a beginner, go look in my channel page, and you will see a tab. Let me show you, because it's much easier that way. Give me a second. Okay, so if you go to my channel and you see here playlists, and in all these playlists you will see that there is one playlist. There's a lot of playlists to help you if you're looking for a specific thing, but in all these playlists there's the basic polymer clay techniques that you might want to watch. Then there are some of my own tricks. Most of the do-it-yourself projects and faux effects are not all of them, but most of them are fairly easy to do. And then basic canes, and then there's also easy. I separated them, by using mokumegane, clay extruder, earrings, pendants, and so on and so forth. So if you are a beginner and you need to learn more, then go ahead and check my channel so you can get more instructions on how to proceed with clay. Now let's go ahead. Hi, Janice. That's great, Jessica. Okay, so you can get some scrap clay. Now if you have a little bit of black clay left, you can mix some black clay in it. And why I got here is because I was trying to explain the concept of scrap clay slash mud clay. When you have a lot of leftover clay of various colors and you mix it, it's going to come up brown like mud. This is why we call it scrap clay. And this is how it will look if you mix a little bit of black in it. Yes, I did have pearlescence. It's not necessarily to have pearlescence in your scrap clay, but this is pretty much how it looks if you put a little bit of black in it. I'm not gonna use the one with a little bit of black in it. I'm going to use this little one because it's much easier, just in case you don't have black left. So what I'm going to do first, and as usual I'm going to work it a little bit bigger, much bigger than I would normally work it, so that you can see better what I'm doing. Hi Musa. So I'm first folding, but as you can see I'm not folding like this directly because I might trap air. So I first did the fold here, and then I'm going to take my roller, see it's folded over the roller, and then I'm going to do this, and this way I am not letting it trap air. Now this is the thickest setting on the pasta machine, and this should be just fine, just perfect. Of course you can get all kinds of textures on it if you want, but honestly it will not look much like real metal if you're gonna put a lot of texture. What I do recommend is to use one of these sponge textures. Not a lot, don't press it too hard, just do a little bit with your fingers, a little tippy tap, not a lot of it, just to give it some worn out idea. I'm going to move it here so you can see what I did. See, just a little bit, not a lot. And then now if you want to do this in a big chain, you know, for selling, then my advice would be to actually make yourself a stamp. And the way to make a stamp is to simply put down, and I have, give me just a second, that shows you how to do a stamp using your name. Oops. Give me just a second. Okay. And you can use exactly the same principle when creating your stamp for this specific project. It's called How to Make Your Own Signature Stamp in Polymer Clay, in case you cannot see the live chat. So this is the tutorial. Hi Darla. But what I'm going to do is to just simply first do the symbol, and of course it's going to mean using a little bit of something. You can use a toothpick, you can use an etch and pearl, you can use all kinds of things. So first you need to make this top nail. Now give me just a second, let me see if I can do this to stay on the okay, no, this isn't it. Give me just a little second, I'm trying to see if I can make this to be on the screen at the same time as I am doing it. Why are you SVG? Okay, let's try this one. Now this goes good. I'm so sorry. I should have thought about this earlier. How's everybody been? How was the weather where you are? Have you been very affected? Okay, now let me see. Let me add another layer. There we go. Much better, huh? Now we can see exactly what I'm doing here. Hi, Jemima. Oh my God, Colleen. But yeah, you know what? You're in Canada. So, what do you want? Why did you go to Canada? Why are you living in Canada? Okay, now I'm going to slightly get the top a little bit to the left, as you can see, and then bring it down diagonally. Let me zoom in so you can see better. Dang, you were lucky, huh? Okay, so here I want it to be a little straighter, like this. Then this one is thin here, as you can see. The one in this one is almost in the middle. So I'm going to place it like this. Of course, I'll have to come back. That's not a problem. Gently do the other. All these things come from brush strokes. As you know, the Japanese and the Chinese are famous for their calligraphy. That's a form of art in both cultures, actually. Okay, let's redo the, you need to be careful about this middle thing. Then this one on top is just slightly angled, just a little bit angled. And then we have this other brush stroke here that's gently, so it's very thin at the end here, and then it goes a little bit wider at this edge, at this end. And there we go, we got the whole impression of it. Now what I want to do is to cut it, and I'm going to grab myself a little piece of plastic wrap to do a more rounded corners. And as I said, try to make it smaller than what I'm doing here. Oh, that sucks, Elaine. I didn't even get out of the house. I had put a blanket on the entrance door because my entrance door goes directly outside. I do not have an enclosed porch, just covered. So you could feel the cold coming through the door from more than 2 feet away. So I have I got 2 nails on the corners of the top door frame, and then I hang a blanket over there to keep the cold a little bit at bay. Okay, and now because my hands don't work too well, I'm always using a little piece of acrylic. But yeah, always do first the symbol and then cut your piece, because that way you'll know that it will be nicely centered. The second thing will be that you might have to do a second cut, and a lot of times the plastic is going to stay stuck on here, and I'm going to have to remove it gently without messing up anything. Okay. Why did I remove my eyeglasses? I had only to put that to the side, not my eyeglasses. And I'm going to very gently try to snag. There we go. Now I'm going to grab again, but just to work it easier, I'm going to place it on a mirror tile. And you can start directly working it on a mirror tile because it's much easier to move the tile around. When you want to work it. And I'm going to grab again the sponge, and this time press a little bit on the edges so that it will all look the same. Yeah, be thankful. With your power issues, you'd be probably worse than Texas is right now. Okay, now, obviously the first thing that you want to do, and you want to do it before doing the rest, because after the next, and actually you can do it several ways here. You can do it in a different color, and as I said, I'm going to show you how to do a different one, but another way that you can do this kind of stuff is this one, do inlay. And the name, if you're watching on your tablet or your iPod or your phone and you cannot see the live chat, the name of the tutorial is number 198, and the name is Clay Inlay in Clay. So you can do it like that as well, but the way that I'm going to do this one much easier is going to be, and you can get acrylic paint if you want to, you can get mica powders. I'm going to just use the Art Alchemy wax, the old silver one. Of course you can use Inca Gold, you can use Gilder's paste. I personally am not fond of Inca Gold. I did not have very good results with it, and it gets dried so fast. Also, so apply the wax before doing the sign, because as I said, after that, and where you want to insist is mostly the middle where the sign will be. The edges you can do them after that, that's not a problem. But if you don't want to have to work like crazy to put the wax after you do the symbol, it's better to do it like this. Bye, Jessica. So there we go. And if you've ever worked with the art alchemy waxes, you know that they look exactly like metal. Once the whole thing is baked and hardened properly and buffed, you can come back with it. Okay, the next thing will be, you can grab black, you can grab, I just have here a little piece of the hematite thingy. And of course you can do this directly in silver clay. But if you want it to look more like ancient silver, better use graphite, graphite Premo, graphite pearl. So what I'm going to do is obviously make a little string, and for this I'm using my faithful acrylic block. To create a nice and even and thin string. So this should be thin enough. Let me cut the end of it because I won't need all of it. Hi, Sarah. And you can use it, you can put it now or you can put it after you bake, after you put the whole wax and everything. You can just place a little bit of bacon bond in here and then place it. And I'm going to actually see this one, I'm going to cut it a little bit longer. And why is that? Because I'm going to fold it so I can have the full thing here that looks almost like a nail. Needs more folding. Normally wait, don't do like me, because I do, so I don't have to keep you twiddling your thumbs while this wax manages to cure a little bit, because if you work right away on it, it will get silver and you don't want it to get silver. So see, it got silver already. Not much I can do about it. Where's my gremlins? Stole my X-Acto knife. Where's my X-Acto knife? I lost my X-Acto knife. Darn it. Oh, there it is. Okay, and just use your X-Acto knife to bring it nice. So this will be black. We are going to pretend that this is black and did not get all messed up with silver. Okay. Okay, I made a mess of that. Let me make another. And you want it to go in there properly. I am going to try and do a check Finnegan bed. What do you mean, check Finnegan bed? Oh, for stuff that I'm missing. Yeah, no, he doesn't steal the... this kind of stuff. He steals beads and stuff that crinkles. And this one. It is easier to do this kind of stuff with the clay inlay method, but you will not be able to use the wax on that. You can nevertheless use it in different variations. Because you cannot wax it by and avoid these things. If you make it, as I said, you can do several stamps. You can do a stamp with it going in, you can do another stamp with it coming out, and then if you do it all with graphite pearl or black, you can place the wax and then remove it from the raised areas with alcohol. That will work just fine as well. But this is pretty much how you would do something like this. If you give me just a second, I'm going to grab something that's so in case you've never worked with alchemy before, this is how it looks like once it's all said and done. As you can see, it looks exactly like metal. It's my most favorite. I did a while ago, a few years ago, and I need to get back on that and do a new one because there are new things that came up. But I did a tutorial on how to obtain the false silver effect using various it's called, the tutorial is named realistic silver using polymer clay, how to tutorial 321, and I showed in it the pros and cons of using various surface treatments, you know, going from acrylic to mica powder to Gilder's paste to Inca gold to, and I think that I already had some art alchemy and I showed it. But anyway, before art alchemy, I discovered art alchemy, my go-to was the Gilder's paste, but honestly the art alchemy is much better than that. So this would be, and my preparation was to show you how to create these and to get you all prepared about it, okay? But after that, what I'm going to do in several separate tutorials is, number one, to show you how to actually do the stamp. A short, probably less than 10 minutes tutorial. Then I'm going to show you how to make this for each of the 5 elements, because that way you can do for yourself or to sell stuff for everybody who was born in the year of the ox with each of the elements. Because, for example, I'm a metal ox. My mother is a fire ox. She is 24. She was 23 and a half years old when she gave birth to me. So it was twice 12, right? And my plan is to show you how to do with all the elements, you know, because you have earth, fire, water, air, and wood. And it will be interesting, especially because my intent is to start going a little bit backwards and redo practically all the, not necessarily all, but most of the tutorials I did in the first 6 months that involve techniques. Okay, so give me just a minute. So talking about that, it would be, let me see, I know it's stuff that you've seen before, right? But when I first started the channel, I don't know how many have followed me since, but when I first started the channel, I had a crappy webcam. I didn't have any lights. I had the microphone from the webcam. So yeah, I want to, and the faux wood would be one of them, because the quality of the video leaves a lot to desire. Nevertheless, hold on, let's see. So see, I had here in my 24th tutorial was the faux wood, and also this one shows you, that's another tutorial you might want to refer to. It was, as I said, not very terrific, but I showed in it how to obtain patina. As you can see, the quality is not good at all. Let me see if I can, this is supposed to be HD, but I showed how to obtain different kinds of patina using simply acrylic paints. And I showed you that you don't need to buy expensive sets and kits. You can use just plain acrylic that you can find for $1 at Walmart. And I showed, so this would be the oxidized silver. And then I did the bronze. I did the copper. This would be bronze, I guess. And I guess that was it. But let me see at the end. And the result is just very, very looking like what it's supposed to be. But again, I really need to redo all this, because it's not very, as you can see, oxidized silver right here, and then there's I did bronze, copper, 2 different kinds of copper, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, that's another one that you might want to go ahead and rewatch. But Tinakit, it was at either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It was on sale, that's why I got it. Hold on. It's just the, I'm gonna tell you what is in that patina kit. The patina kit is just 3 colors. And actually, let me give you an example. On my blog, I do have an article about patina. Let me search it, where that was actually written just for that specific video, because the YouTube wouldn't allow me to put too much in the video description. So the title of the search, if you just search the blog for patina, it's going to show it, but this is the link. And why is that important? Because, let me show you, because I first explain how you're supposed to think when you do the patina for a specific metal, and what colors specific metals do oxidized. But then I give you for Americana acrylics what to do, and any of these or very, very close to them would work just fine. So, because that was at the time when everybody was like, oh, I don't have money to buy the Swilligant and all that, and just wanted to, no, I didn't. I had a lot of acrylics, but the thing is that, I don't know, I'm a pragmatic person, okay? And I don't see the reason, but then again, I have like close to 50 years of art painting experience, right? I don't see the reason why I should spend hundreds of dollars on all kinds of materials when I can get the exact same look with a few bucks, if you get my drift. That's my whole thing. But anyway, so I'm going to get on to work. I'm probably will have to spend today and tomorrow doing stuff in the house that I wasn't able to do for a week, because I got a lot of laundry to do, I got vacuuming to do, I got a lot of stuff to do. And as you know, my fatigue and my chronic pain do not allow me to do too much in one day. But I should be able to get back on track by Tuesday and start working on stuff again. It's been hard, people. It's been hard, and you know what? I shouldn't even be complaining, because so many people don't have water. So many people died. We didn't have a lot of people in Oklahoma to die, but still we did have a few deaths. And so many people are still suffering from this. It's a Japanese violet. Yes, it represents ox. It's a Japanese kanji. So I shall see you all. Oh, before I finish, because I promised a giveaway. But I saw that it's better that, because YouTube doesn't give me that possibility. You cannot post photos in the comments. So I'm going to post on the Kalyana page on Facebook. And if you don't know it, I'm going to post it in the live chat. Yeah, pretty much that, Elaine. And I'm going to post, I'm giving away two $50 gift certificates for Polyclayplay. And excuse me, you'll have to post the photo of one of your creations that you have done following one of my tutorials, and then you have to tell all your friends to come and like your your post, your reply, and I shall explain, because sometimes for some people, depending on the device they are using, it doesn't allow you to post photos, and I will explain in that post how to share a photo that you have on your own Facebook profile that will still allow you to share it. So it's going to be for, like, let me see, I'm gonna keep it up for 3 days, and so 72 hours, and is that 72 hours? Yeah, it's 72 hours. And the people who get the most likes on their posts are going to get the gift certificates. Now, remember that my own personal thing is that if somebody got a gift certificate in the prior 2 giveaways that I did, I will not count them as winners, because I just want to give everybody a fair chance, okay, to win something. And especially knowing how hard things are, and talking about, because you're gonna ask me, okay, but when does Polyclayplay get more polymer clay? I'm gonna tell you exactly what Trish told me. No idea, because right now, because of COVID, they cannot manufacture as much as they would want to, just simply because of the COVID restrictions. They have tried to go to 3 shifts instead of just 1 shift, but they can only have so many people in the facility where they manufacture it. But what I do suggest, and this is a project I wanted to do in a long time, what I do suggest is, she still has the primaries, at least some of them right now. I'm looking, she still has the cadmium red. She's out of stock on the cadmium yellow. But she did have the cadmium red. But anytime, if you have the primaries, you can make any kind of color. And I was going to do a little bit of a color variation, because color combination recipes. Yeah, she's out of blue. She still has red, green pearl, galaxy glitter, glow in the dark, peacock pearl. Remember, she has white pearls, so you might want to stock on that. I'm going to try and get my some tutorials considering all this. Oh, she has translucent. She has white translucent in stock. That is awesome. But everything else is, yeah, don't get Sculpey 3. Sculpey 3 is, don't ever use Sculpey 3. Let me see, I did a video on that, on which clay to pick. It's number 418, polymer clay for beginners, which clay to pick. Let me give you the link to it. There you go. That explains to you what kind of clay should you pick. She still excuse me, she still has Fimo dows, so you can go ahead and get, she doesn't have all the colors of Fimo, but she has quite a bit of Fimo, which is much better. As for Pardo, I think that she still had the Pardo. Oh, come on. the Pardo translucence. So I'm going to have to be very careful what tutorials I'm going to post for a few months, because one of the things that I absolutely hate is to post tutorial on stuff that people cannot find. I know that how I would feel if somebody would try. Yeah, they still have, she still has quite a bit of the art clay, the translucence. She's got red, orange, cyan. She has some of the, she has actually on sale Pardo, so it's $2.89 instead of $3.39. Let me see the mica clay. She only has the copper. So yeah, I mean, there's still quite a bit of stuff you can buy. But I know, as I said, I know from experience how frustrated I would get if somebody shows how to do something and then I go and look to get what I need to do it and you cannot find it. Fimo Soft is not good. Fimo Soft is about the same thing as Sculpey 3. So your best bet is to get Fimo Professional. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you the bad news. Good morning, Nasreen. I posted the link to that video, Galen. Sculpey 3 is for children, and it breaks, and not only it breaks, see, that's the problem with Sculpey 3, and I had a few pieces that I have made just to test it, okay? Not only it's brittle no matter how well you condition and how well you bake it, but after a few years it starts crumbling by itself. So, and yeah, Fimo Soft used to be good, but several years ago they reformulated it and it's pretty much also, I mean, Fimo Kids is better than Fimo Soft. And the other problem you have with Fimo Soft is it doesn't hold detail. It's really bad about holding detail. I mean, let's say you put a texture on it and it's nice, you remove the texture and you look a minute later and all the lines have become soft, you know. They don't have definition, that good definition anymore. But anyway, I don't know what we're gonna do next week. I shall see what people are the most interested in and we'll go from there. Probably we'll already start the spring themes, because that's the best thing to do. And I'm going to bake this and then buff it and post a very short video on Facebook so you can see how it looks if it's worked like that. But as I said, I'm gonna make several. You can use it exactly like Sculpey 3, not anything else, but no, it's not good for molds. You can, but still it's the same as Sculpey 3. You can mix it with Premo, but then use it only for like bead cores and stuff like that. Not anything that, because it's just brittle. It's just not. Fimo Leather Effect is great, yes. Fimo Professional, for everything else Fimo is great, but not Fimo Soft. The same as with the Polyform. Everything else is great, but not Sculpey 3. I don't even know why they invest so much in Sculpey 3's colors. They have like double the colors for Sculpey 3 than they have for Premo. Why? Probably they make more money on it or something. Anyway, I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit, and then I'm going to try and start vacuuming, and then I need to clean the front yard too, because it's a mess. Okay, I'm glad to know that everybody who was here is okay, and I shall see you all next Sunday. And look forward for the Facebook announcement. Give me about an hour and a half, because as I said, my back is starting to kill me. And then I will post the giveaway thing. Okay? Thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Don't forget to thumb up and subscribe if you just found my channel. Goodbye.